If you could say a few words about how each show impacted your career.
Well, I was very lucky to be amongst about 300 guys that went out to audition for the Big Valley and narrowed it down to about 3 of us. I think it was Burt Reynolds, a couple of other, Dennis Hopper, and another young guy. And so anyway, after I had to do 2 screen tests, and I did those, and they asked me to do a 3rd one with this young lady that possibly could play my sister, and that was Linda Evans, and so she also got the part. So we were very happy to get that role. It was a wonderful role. Being kind of schooled by Barbara Stanley, it was wonderful. She was a very disciplinary actress, and if you learned anything from her, is to be on time and know your lines, hit your mark, and keep your mouth shut. After that, I did a couple of other series. Last year, The Virginian, and then Owen Marshall, Counsel at Law, was a lawyer series where I learned to tie a tie for the first time and wear a suit and say some big lawyer words. Then somewhere there, I think, came 6 Bill, and it took forever to get that off the ground. I know we did like 3 2-hour movies before we ever went to series. And then we did 3 after the series went off, which I remember doing one it was about 1994 in Toronto. And we had a young girl there, an actress that nobody knew, and they were trying to maybe make her another bionic woman. Anyway, that was Sandra Bullock. I thought that was very interesting. Nobody knew who Sandra Bullock was. Of course, Lindsay and I are still waiting for her to offer us a part in one of her big
Can I say one thing about that?
After that,
Sandra, I just want to add one thing about Sandra, is that when I thought she had such potential, and I was talking to the producers, and they said, well, ultimately, we aren't going to make a spin-out with her because the studio doesn't think she's good enough to carry a series.
I never told her that, though. I never told her that, though.
I know.
Anyway, then I went after, I was walking through an airport, and I had that stigma, or that thing about being typecast, about $6 Million Man, and I ran into a producer who you might know of, Glenn Larson, who probably created about 7 or 8 series on his own, Battlestar Galactica, Magnum P.I., and a bunch of others. And he asked me if I wanted to do another show, and I said, yeah, I would. So we wrote this kind of thing about a bounty hunter who moonlights, well, he's a stuntman who moonlights as a bounty hunter. And we got that done, and the reason I wanted to do it is, this show went 5 years also. I wanted to do it so people would forget the $6 Million Man. And because, if you're going...
How'd that work for you?
It really worked well for me. You go through an airport and all you hear is... 5 years of Colt Seavers and the Fall Guy, and thinking that would, but still, to this day, there you are. Most of you are 6 Mill fans, which, well, I'm happy for it. Thank you.